What is going on, YouTube? Espresso Shucko here, and today we are hitting the Reg H ranked ladder with this Basculegion Archaludon Rain team. This is going to be a fun team to hit the ladder with because we have Terra Water, Wave Crash, Swift Swim Basculegion to do some major damage. And if Basculegion decides it doesn't want to be a part of the lead and it wants to sit back and watch, well, we have Last Respects here, which increases in power the more Basculegion's allies faint in battle. So Basculegion has the potential to come in and be an incredibly nasty Ghost-type sweeper as well. Now, we don't have Terra on Last Respects to double up our Ghost-type stab, but we do have it to boost up our Wave Crash, which is a base 120 power move to begin with. So Basculegion is going to be doing a lot of damage. And because it's a Swift Swim Pokemon, it is also going to double its speed in the rain, which is going to be really nice. This team is going to rely nice and heavily around Pelipper. Pelipper's rain is going to give it some very, very good dynamics here because rain from Pelipper will turn on Swift Swim for Basculegion, as I mentioned. And then as far as Archaludon goes, this will turn Electro Shot into a single turn move rather than needing 2 turns to fire, whereas it charges on the first turn, then fires on the second one. Rain will just make it a single turn move, and it's a base 130 power electric type attack that also increases our special attack. So this is going to be really nice to have in our back pocket. We have Flash Cannon to benefit from the special attack boost, and technically we also have Draco Meteor to benefit from the special attack boost from Electro Shot. And the other thing too is the boosts from Electro Shot, the more we get, the more we're going to offset Draco Meteor's special attack drop. So we do have that in our back pocket. And the nice thing here too is we have the Assault Vest to patch up Archaludon's lower special defense while having the stamina ability to increase our defense each time we take a hit. And this is where the next part of the team comes in, and that is going to be Maushold. We have Population Bomb and Bullet Seed on this thing to hit both Archaludon and Annihilape for many hits to increase their respective abilities and attributes. In Archaludon's case, it's going to be stamina, and then in Annihilape's case, it's going to be Rage Fist. Rage Fist increases in power the more times Annihilape gets hit, and because Bullet Seed is going to be hitting a minimum of 4 times thanks to the loaded dice on Maushold, Annihilape's Rage Fist is going to go up in power, and plus we also have Terra Fire on Annihilape to resist the Bullet Seed. But let's get back into Maushold. Maushold's also got the Pop Bomb and Terra Normal to do as much damage as possible if we needed to. It's also got the Friend Guard to reduce the damage that our allied Pokemon are going to be taking as well. So that's going to be really nice. And then we also have Follow Me if we needed to redirect attacks away from either Annihilape or Maushold, even Pelipper, because Pelipper does have Tailwind as well for some speed control. And then finally, the last Pokemon on the team here is Amoongus. We have Rage Powder and Spore for some support. We can put some things to sleep. We have Rage Powder to redirect away attacks. We have Pollen Puff to benefit both Basculegion and Annihilape. Even Archaludon will benefit from this as well, because Pollen Puff will heal your partner when you go to click it into them instead of doing damage, which is going to be relatively nice. And plus, Pollen Puff can do a little bit of damage to my opponents as well. So that's going to be a relatively nice thing to have in the back pocket. So that's the team in a nutshell. Let's jump right on in to the battles. Alright, we've got Dondozo and Tatsugiri with Gholdengo, Talonflame, Dragonite, and Pawmont. Okay. Archaludon might not be the worst thing imaginable. The Assault Vest is going to make it really nice for dealing with the Gholdengo, maybe even the Tatsugiri. The Dondozo is going to pose a threat, but at the same time, Annihilape could potentially be good too. Annihilate Maushold could be good because I can always go for the Bullet Seed into Annihilape and then go Rage Fist. That could be nice. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. I kind of like the idea of Annihilape and Maushold. I think we'll bring Archaludon. Actually, you know what? Maushold Archaludon might not be bad either, because I could always go for setting a body press if I need to. I think I could bring Pelipper in the back to turn on Electro Shot. And maybe even Basculegion, because Basculegion... Late game Basculegion with Last Respects, that could come in and start hitting these things really hard. Like, outside of Terra Normal Dragonite, Last Respects could do a lot of damage when powered up, especially if Basculegion's my last Pokemon. So that might not be the worst thing imaginable. And plus 2, Unaware would ignore stat boosts, but not necessarily the increased power from a move's straight up effect. So Rage Fist or Last Respects could potentially be interesting to experiment with, that's for sure. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. Experimenting. Alright, so it is Pawmot and Golden Go. Alright. So being able to get rid of the Golden Go could be really nice, but also getting rid of the Pawmot could be really nice. Yeah, I think I said Golden Go first, and then Pawmot, but anyways, I'm gonna go for the body press setup to get the defense, and honestly, I think going for a body press right into Pawmot should be okay here. Maushold's gonna outspeed my Archaludon, and it doesn't matter too much because I'm gonna get to the +4. Also, we got a crit on ourselves, which, yeah. Maushold, why? Why are you doing this, Maushold? That said, the one thing that might be a little bit disappointing is if I get like a Nuzzle or something off that Pawmot, but you know, there's no fake out, so that is nice. But anyways, we're gonna get at least 4 defense boosts right here with the Bullet Seed. So there we go. We actually get a 5th one, so that close combat is gonna do nothing. That's delightful. And plus, we also get to find out that Maushold is faster than their Pawmot, which is great. And we're now at +6 defense, so instant setup on our Archaludon. Setup, great. We do lose Maushold though, but that's alright. Now I can get the Electro shot, and that could be really handy. So I've got my body press all set up. We're gonna bring that down to a Sash, which I kind of assumed it was gonna have. So I think I bring in Pelipper to turn on the Electro shot, and I think we go from there. Yeah, my Pelipper does have the Focus Sash, so I think I could go for the Tailwind here with Pelipper and hope these two don't take me out. Yeah, I'm going to try to get the Tailwind off. I'm going to go for an Electro shot into the Golden Go. We'll get a +1 into our special attack stat. And we also saw that Pawmot's close combat wasn't doing anything to our Archaludon, which is delightful. So, really, if we can get both of these Pokemon off of the field, that could be really nice. So, the big thing is Pawmot does have the Revival Blessing, so I'd rather get that thing gone first, and then that way I don't have to worry about them bringing back an ally, so if I can get rid of them, great. Getting Tailwind up to help Archaludon and Basculegion could be really handy too, so we're going to take that just fine. The Golden goes at -1 special attack thanks to the Make It Rain as well, so yeah, they might be locked into that. I got a feeling they might be locked in, which, you know what, that's great. We'll get our Tailwind up. We can now get our Electro shot. And Pelipper should now be fast enough to deal with the Pawmot as well. So, I don't like how low my HP is for Archaludon, but I do have some good rain turns working in my favor. So, let's see right here. I think I Weather Ball the Golden Go, and I think I just I think I go for the Body Press into the Pawmot. The Pawmot's probably Volt Absorb, so I don't want to heal them. I don't want to make it look like I'm showing off and go for the Electro Shot only to be like, whoops, actually healed them. But anyways, we'll get both of these Pokemon off the field. And if it's Dondozo, Tatsugiri, you know what? It is what it is. I can always go for the Electro Shot just to do some big damage. And then I can always go for the Hurricane off of Pelipper to try to rock it. And unless they're rocking a Rock Slide, I should be okay. So, Talonflame is actually coming out here, so we don't have to worry about Commander off of Dondozo, and Dragonite is the other one. Great. Now, I do have Terra Ghost on Pelipper, which could be nice. The dodge and extreme speed. They have, now the thing is though, is they have double priority on Talonflame and Dragonite, so Archaludon does have a really nice defense stat thanks to the +6, so maybe what I do here is maybe I just risk it, hope they can't knock out Archaludon at +6, and we go from there. Tailwind is just going to straight up Brave Bird into Pelipper, which is fine. I get Basculegion in. Basculegion's already got the Swift Swim, helping it on top of the... Oh, interesting. Stomping Tantrum, yeah, that's probably going to be enough. It's not. Let's go. Okay. Basculegion gets to come in here. I want to Wave Crash that Talonflame. That said, I kind of want to Last Respects the Dragonite, but you know what? We're going to Wave Crash into that, and we're just going to Electro Shot. Now, they could, in theory, have gone for an Extreme Speed into Archaludon and knocked me out with my 7 HP, but you know what? I'm going to take that. I will gladly take this. Basculegion's taking a little bit of recoil from the wave Crash, that's fine. Archaludon is going to get the Electro Shot. We're going to hit +2. And we should be cooking here. Yeah. How do you like your Dragonite, folks? I like mine extra crispy. That would have been funny if I didn't get tongue-tied there. But anyways, it is what it is. We get the Dragonite gone. And that kind of worked out favorably, actually. The fact that we got the 5th Bullet Seed off into Archaludon gave us a +5. And then they hit me anyways to give me a +6. Yeah, good times. +6 body press, that had the potential to do a lot of damage, and honestly, the Dondozo would have been really concerning with Unaware, but thankfully we didn't run into it. Anyways, good game to my opponent. Alright, we've got Hisui and Goodra with Indeedee, Dragapult, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Drifblim, and Mean Shao. Now, the Mean Shao could be a little bit problematic with Fake Out. It could also be a little bit problematic with Feint, but that said, they are bringing in Psychic Terrain too, so if I have Psychic Terrain, I don't have to deal with Fake Out or Feint for that matter. Now, I don't really see anything that benefits from coaching outside of maybe the Dragapult. The Hisui and Goodra would appreciate a defense boost, but yeah, so long as I can shut that thing down, I should be okay. The question is how long would it take me to shut it down? Archaludon is going to be nice here because we can go with Archaludon, Maushold. We could also go Annihilape. Annihilate Maushold could be really nice too. Yeah, I think we go Annihilate Maushold. I think we bring Archaludon in the back. And maybe Pelipper? Yeah, Pelipper might be okay here, because we can always turn on the Rain, and then that way we can have the Electro Shot. We can also have the Water-type Weather Ball, Accurate Hurricanes. Should be alright. And plus, Archaludon does have the Body Press too, so we can always hit that Blood Moon for super effective damage. If the Drifblim wants to pass on Minimize, which, I mean, I could very well see that happening, that could be really bad. That could be extremely bad if it passes on Minimize into Hisui and Goodra. So, I like that we almost have identical trainer cards too. That's great. Now, Indeedee Dragapult is what's coming out here. That's great. I think maybe what I do is I go Terra... I think I go Terra Fire with Annihilape. And... yeah, I think I go Terra Fire. I think I bulk up. And I think what I do here is... I think I go for the Pop Bomb into the Indeedee. And then next turn, if Maushold gets to survive, I think next turn I go for the Bullet Seed into it and go for the Rage Powder. We're going to become a Fire type to drop our Ghost weakness to Dragapult. If they hit me with a Breaking Swipe, great. If they try to Will-O-Wisp me, great. Then they can't burn me. So... There's the Follow Me, which would have gotten in the way of the Bullet Seed tech too, so nothing wrong with going for the Pop Bomb. Are you going to be Power Herb? Yeah, you are. Okay. That's okay. This is part of the reason why I went for the bulk up. Now, I don't like the amount of damage I took, and that's a Rocky Helmet. Great. That's a lot of damage that I'm going to be taking, but you know what? That's fine. Getting a defense boost into Annihilate is not the worst thing imaginable. Maushold is just destroying itself to do nothing to this Indeedee. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Rocky Helmet is still going to be a problem. Okay, good to know. Yeah, alright. It took exactly 6 hits from Pop Bomb for the Rocky Helmet to take out Maushold. But you know what? At least I can bring in Archaludon. I could go for the... I could potentially go for a Draco Meteor into the Dragapult. I think I want to Drain Punch into the Indeedee slot. Yeah, I'm going to Flash Cannon. And then this way, if they go for Phantom Force, then I can wait next turn and then go for the Draco Meteor. Which I think is going to be okay. I'm at +1 defense on Annihilape. I'm at +1 attack. Oh, okay. At least my Rage Fist has been... I've been hit twice, so at least now my Rage Fist is going to be respectable damage. Which, nothing wrong with that. A +1 Drain Punch into Indeedee should be good damage too. Archaludon is going to be a little bit of a problem, but not the worst case scenario here. Not quite enough to knock out Indeedee with Annihilape, but at least we're getting some of that HP back. Some HP that I so desperately crave. But we are going to knock out the Indeedee with the Flash Cannon, so no Trick Room for them. I could threaten the Archaludon now and go Flash Cannon or Body Press with Archaludon and then Drain Punch. And honestly, I think the Flash Cannon's the better idea off of Archaludon, and then that way I have a special attack to go for that special defense. Now, Mienshao comes out. Thankfully, there is Psychic Terrain here, so I don't have to worry about... Fake Out here. But I do have to worry about a close combat, which, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Pelipper. I'll switch Archaludon out since it's got no damage. +1 Drain Punch should hit Archaludon for some big damage. Now, we haven't seen Terra off of my opponent yet, so they could potentially not have Terra Normal on the Archaludon, which could be bad. Thankfully, Pelipper is just going to come in and eat this. They might think I'm Wide Guard too, which might deter them from going for a Hyper Voice. That's not enough to knock out the Blood Moon, which means a Blood Moon off of Archaludon could be really bad for Annihilape here. But thankfully, it's just an Earth Power. I don't know why I said thankfully, because that just hurt, but anyways. What I could potentially do now is I could Hurricane into the Mienshao. I could Tailwind and attempt to get it off. Pelipper should be faster than the Archaludon anyways. I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to Flash Cannon into the Archaludon, and I'm gonna attempt the Tailwind. And then this way I should be able to outspeed the Mienshao. Ooh, 11 HP. That's a little bit concerning. That is very concerning, but this is why I want to get speed up. The defense boost is not going to be helping me by any means, but they left Pelipper alone, which means Pelipper gets the Tailwind up. I'm going to finish off the Archaludon. And now, in theory, I can Hurricane the Mienshao, and I can Draco Meteor into the Dragapult. Now, technically speaking, Dragapult does get access to Quick Attack, which I don't think it's going to have. And if I remember right, I think I'm 112 speed. I might be 107. We're just going to double check this right quick. Yeah, I'm 112 speed, so I outspeed this in Tailwind. Alright, so I'm going to Draco Meteor into you, and I'm going to Hurricane into you. So we're going to rock you with this Hurricane and bring you down to your inevitable Focus Sash, but if I get the Confusion, you might knock yourself out, which could be nice. Dragapult's gone, and the nice thing is there's no spread move coming off of this Mienshao, so I have Tailwind. It doesn't matter what I hit them with next turn, it's going to be a knockout. Unfortunately, losing Annihilape could have been really bad, but thankfully my opponent just left Pelipper alone and let me get the Tailwind up, so I do have that speed control working in my favor. Now, it's also unfortunate I didn't bring Basculegion here, because now now a Last Respects would have done a lot of damage. But you know what? It is what it is. Pelipper is going to connect this Weather Ball right here, and that's going to seal the deal. And we're going to secure the knockout right there into the Mienshao. So, they go down there. It wasn't a pretty it wasn't a pretty win, but it's a win nonetheless, which I'm very happy about. Archaludon was able to just obliterate that Dragapult with the Draco Meteor, which is what we needed it to do. And yeah, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that, because that Dragapult did have the potential to mess up Annihilape if it had Will-O-Wisp, and the Phantom Force with the Power Herb definitely would have messed me up. So I'm very glad I got to hit them there. Now the interesting thing was we didn't see Terastallization. I'm kind of wondering if they had Terra Steel on the Dragapult, or maybe if they just assumed that they didn't really need a defensive typing for that. So yeah, I'm kind of a little bit surprised we didn't see Terastallization on my opponent, but hey, I'll take it. Good game to my opponent. Alright, we've got Dragonite, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, Rillaboom, Archaludon, Goldengo, and Kingambit. We've got 3 different steel types on my opponent's team. And only one of them is part Ghost, which means Annihilape might have a delightful time here. I'm not gonna lie. Now, Fake Out could be really bad into Annihilape. But if I can get my Bullet Seed off into Annihilape, get up to a 4 times modifier onto Rage Fist, or rather, we can stack up for 50 power boosts into that could be nice. I'm gonna bring Archaludon in the back. Body Press looks really nice for that Archaludon too, and the Kingambit. And they don't have a rain setter. Interesting. Now I'm kind of scared to bring my own Pelipper here, but you know what? We're gonna do it anyways. We're gonna do it anyways here. Also, I can feel my buttons on my Joy-Con sticking too, which could be a little bit of a problem. Yeah, I don't want my buttons to click when I don't want them to, or when I don't want my buttons to click when I'm moving them into position. Yeah, that could be bad. But anyways, hopefully this is not going to be a problem. So we're going to get Rillaboom, Archaludon in on Annihilape and Maushold. So technically speaking, they can't fake out Annihilape. What they could do, though, is they could just fake out Maushold. But what I kind of like the idea of doing here is I like the idea of going for a bulk up. And I kind of like the idea of protecting Maushold right away. Now, I don't have a Focus Sash on Maushold, which could be a little bit problematic, but if I get the bulk up into Annihilape, they can't fake me out. If they go for a Grassy Glide, that's going to hurt. A Grassy Glide Flash Cannon could hurt. A Grassy Glide Draco Meteor could hurt too. But if I get the setup on Annihilape, great. And if they don't knock out Annihilape, I could follow me the following turn and Drain Punch the Archaludon. So yeah, Annihilape's actually faster than both of them, which is going to be really nice in the long run for dealing with this Rillaboom. Now, they're going for Electro Shot, so maybe that means Power Herb. And if it does, oh, that could be scary. Yeah, it's Power Herb. Okay. That's a bit scary for Annihilape. Oh, no, I'm good, actually. And Rillaboom just tried to fling something at me. Nice. Okay. We're gonna go Terrifier to resist whatever grass type attack might come my way. And honestly, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna follow me with Maushold. Yeah, I want Maushold to redirect away an attack, and I would love to just hit this Archaludon for some major damage. The nice thing here too is because we saw the Power Herb, we have confirmation that Archaludon is not Assault Vested. And the fact that Rillaboom went for Fling makes me think it's probably not Assault Vested either. Now, it could be something like an Iron Ball. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. If this is the Archaludon Terastallizing and it's Terra Ghost, I'm going to be sad. Terra Dragon. Okay, you know what? That's fine. You're neutral to Drain Punch still, so I should get a decent chunk of HP back. And honestly, one defense boost is not going to be the worst thing imaginable for me. So we're going to do a little under half. That's okay. I get some HP back, and you know what? Steel Beam. Whew, okay. I'm glad I popped the Terra Fire, and I'm glad that you just took most of your own HP out of there. Also, we did not see a stamina boost, which means that is Stalwart Archaludon, which, good to know. Very good to know. Now, I think what I want to do is, I think I want to bring in my own Archaludon, and I should be able to finish them off. Yeah, I think I can Flash Cannon their Archaludon. My Annihilape is faster than them, so let's check something right quick. I'm 113 speed and I'm 112, so there's very good chances that my Annihilape could be faster, or my Archaludon could be faster than both of these two as well. So I'm just going to Flash Cannon into their Archaludon, and I'm going to Drain Punch the Rillaboom, get some HP back, and get them closer to knockout range. So we know bare minimum their Archaludon is 112 speed or lower, and the fact that my Archaludon went there means we either speed tied or we were just faster. So we know for sure that my Archaludon is slower than their Rillaboom. So I'm going to take this Wood Hammer, okay, because I'm at +1 defense, and now Rage Fist is going to just do a lot of damage. Like, depending on what their last Pokemon is, I'm just going to Rage Fist them. Yeah, we're going to unleash that deep-seated rage that my Annihilape is just channeling right now. We'll go from there. If it's King Gambit, I would love to Body Press it too. Yeah, if it's King Gambit, I would love to go for the Body Press. Let's see. If it's Golden Go, I can't do that. It's Golden Go. Okay. We're going to Rage Fist into the Golden Go, and no. I think what we're going to do, we're going to, no, we're not going to bulk up. Bad Joy-Con. We're going to Protect here, and we're going to Flash Cannon the Rillaboom. And this way, too, on the off chance they want to go for Make It Rain, Archaludon will still take the hit, which means Golden Go will lower its own special attack, which should give Annihilape a little bit of leeway. And plus, they just tried to Grassy Glide, so they just tried to 1-2 the Annihilape. So, we'll get rid of the Rillaboom. Pelipper can always come in, and Archaludon can Electro Shot. So, we're going to see a Shadow Ball into the Annihilape slot. So, you know what? That's fine. Annihilape might be able to live. Yeah, Annihilape might be able to live here. Ursaluna's coming in here. You know what? I'm going to try to get the Rage Fist off into the Golden Go. And I want to get some big damage off into that Ursaluna, so I'm going to go for the Draco Meteor. Oh, good to know Annihilape is still faster. Alright, so Annihilape's going to get that off. Goodbye, Golden Go. And hopefully, I'm not eating an Earth Power with Archaludon, and I get to hit this thing with a Draco Meteor. And for a minute there, I thought I missed. So, yeah, anyways, that's concerning how little that did, but I have the Body Press. And, oof, that's not a lot of damage, or that is a lot of damage. I was going to say, that's not a damage amount I'm comfortable with taking, but you know what? Technically, we're still faster. If they have Vacuum Wave, that could suck for me, but we're in a good position. We're in a very good position here, so we're just going to Body Press and Drain Punch. And my opponent does forfeit there, so that worked out pretty nice. Yeah, we were able to get that Rage Fist off into the Golden Go, which I was a wee bit worried they might have been Scarfed, but the fact that they didn't outspeed Annihilate makes me think that they might have been Specs. Or the bare minimum Life Orb. We didn't get to see Golden Go do any damage there, so we wouldn't have seen a Life Orb, so hard to say. Anyways, good game to my opponent. Man, oh man, did Annihilape and Archaludon have a good time. I originally built the team with the intent of showing off Basculegion, but Annihilape just decided to steal the show along with Archaludon right behind it. But you know what? that's fine. Maushold had a really good game setting up both of those two Pokemon, and honestly, that's not to say that Basculegion had a bad time either. Basculegion came in and cleaned up and applied a good amount of pressure to my first opponent as well. So Basculegion did show up and looked pretty for the majority of that match, but it did come in and clean up my opponent's Talonflame with a rain-boosted Wave Crash while having access to an almost full-powered Last Respects, which I almost did throw at the Dragonite at the end there too, but it is what it is. Archaludon got boosted up to +5 thanks to Maushold going above and beyond with its Loaded Dice and Bullet Seed. We got to the +5 defense, and the opponent's Pawmot hit us with a close combat, and despite it being a super effective hit, it only did something like 40 damage and put us up to +6 defense, which meant Archaludon therefore had a full-powered Body Press to throw its way, and despite my opponent being able to resist it, we did almost do half of that Dragonite's HP with the Body Press, so that was a good time. And while Maushold did feint to the Gholdengo's Make It Rain on turn 1, Pelipper was able to come in, go for a Tailwind, and despite my opponent having an Electric-type Pokemon on the field, they did leave Pelipper alone, so we successfully got the Tailwind up, and therefore Archaludon was able to start applying some pressure, and therefore Basculegion got to come in to finish off the Talonflame, because the Talonflame went for Priority Brave Bird into Pelipper, which Pelipper really did not appreciate, but we were able to clean up nicely, and we got a second Electro Shot off into the Dragonite with the Archaludon, or rather, Archaludon's second Electro Shot fired off into the Dragonite. We hit the first one into the Gholdengo, but anyways, you guys watched the match. You saw it happen. I'm just recapping it. Anyways, in Game 2, Annihilape, feeling left out, decided that it needed to show off what it could do, and despite Maushold making the grave mistake of destroying itself with the Pop Bomb into the Rocky Helmet Indeedee, you gotta admit, at least one of you was excited to see all that recoil damage just destroy my Maushold, because you probably have some Maushold issues, which, we like Maushold here, so I was traumatically scarred by that. But anyways, Annihilape was able to get its bulk up off, and thanks to going Terra Fire, we didn't have to worry about the Power Herb Phantom Force just absolutely ruining our day. We went Terra Fire, we dropped that Ghost type weakness, and we were able to get a defense boost, and Annihilape was able to do a lot of damage to my opponent's Blood Moon as well as the Indeedee with the Drain Punch. Now, unfortunately, we weren't able to just knock out the Blood Moon, but we took most of its HP down with us before we fainted to a Earth Power. Archaludon and Pelipper were our last two Pokemon, and my opponent left the Pelipper alone. We got the Tailwind up. Archaludon finished off the Ursaluna Blood Moon, and then we were able to hit the Mienshao with a Hurricane, and then eventually a Weather Ball off of Pelipper, while Archaludon dropped a Drago Meteor onto the Dragonbolt, securing the win right there. And then finally, in our third game, we ended up playing up against Rillaboom Archaludon with Stalwart at that, not Stamina, which is kind of unique to see. You don't see that a whole lot. And then we had Ursaluna Blood Moon and Gholdengo, and Annihilape Maushold had a wonderful beginning right there. Maushold actually went for Protect while Annihilape went for the bulk up. My opponent's Electro Shot coming off of the Power Herb was a little bit scary, but Annihilape was able to take it thanks to Maushold's Friend Guard, and my opponent tried to fling something at Maushold. I'm kind of scared to see what the monkey was trying to fling at Maushold, but thankfully Protect kept Maushold nice and safe, so we didn't have to worry about that. The following turn, my opponent went for Steel Beam off of this Archaludon, which meant that it was very good on Annihilape's end to go for Terra Fire and Drain Punch into it. Now, they did go Terra Dragon, so I didn't quite knock them out, but I got a lot of HP back, and then Annihilape was able to have some fun with the Gholdengo as well as the Rillaboom. We were able to Rage Fist that Gholdengo and knock it out, and we were able to take out the Rillaboom with Archaludon, and we also got to threaten the Ursaluna Blood Moon with the +1 Rage Fist, or not Rage Fist, sorry, Drain Punch, not Rage Fist. You don't Rage Fist a bear. Don't fight bears with your fist, unless you're Annihilape using Drain Punch. You need a little bit more than just Rage to take out the Blood Moon there, but anyways. Well, unless there's Terra Melt, but you guys get the point. Anyways, we were able to threaten a lot of damage with the Drain Punch and the Body Press, but my opponent did cancel the match at that point. So, overall, I'm fairly happy with how the team played out. Be sure to let me know what you think of it down in the comments below, and I will see you there.